Welcome to the Where's the Finish podcast. We are three runners talking to our friends, sharing stories about running, training, life, and asking the quintessential question, where's the finish? WTF.
Hey everyone, welcome to Where's the Finish podcast. I'm Joe.
I'm Kevin.
And I'm Shae.
And we have the winner of winners with us tonight, Mr. Marc Burget. Dude, I was going through your ultra sign up before you came on, and I didn't realize how much of a winner you are. It's almost embarrassing how much you win Florida races, man.
I've been pretty successful, yeah.
Yeah, there's no denying it. That's for sure.
Joe learned how today on Ultra Sign Up that there's this thing that says the number of trophies that you have under your name on Ultra Sign Up, and when you click that, it shows you all of your trophies.
Right.
So I looked at your trophies, and I have trophy envy now.
Joe, you just got to run faster.
I do have to run faster. Yeah. But listen, I'm on track to doing it because, I'm running like Marc does.
Okay.
Yeah. Y'all didn't know this, but Marc, I found this out about you about 2 years ago when you did the TikTok, that you were running the TikTok and you did like 82 miles, set a course record, doing jeffing.
Yes, yeah. I've been into Jeff Galloway pacing for about almost 10 years now. So,
wow.
And kind of just fell in love with the whole process and switched everything that I've done since about 2017 over to run walk.
What is your typical run walk interval?
It just all depends on the race. Like for a marathon, it's going to be like a 5-minute, 55-second run, 15-second walk. For a 100-mile race, I would take 3 walk breaks per mile, 3 30-second walk breaks per mile.
It
just all depends on the race, on what kind of goal I have, and what I'll use for my ratio.
So you stick to the Jeff Galloway concept of 30 seconds, no more than walking?
Yes. Yeah, I think 35 seconds is pretty much what I benefit the most from. That's where I see probably the maximum heart rate drop. And it really doesn't go much past that after 35 seconds. So that's pretty much what I stick to.
Gotcha. Because we've talked a lot about run walking, and I've used it to coach people before, and I'm not a Galloway coach at any means, but I'm not adverse to the idea of doing it either. But I think it's really important. And I wasn't clear, like I actually wanted to talk sometime to someone that did ultras. And because I know that in the Jeff Galloway program, he doesn't recommend more than 30 seconds of walking, but you've got a lot of ultra runners out there that do like 1-minute walks. And I know what Chris Twiggs is a Florida runner too, that's pretty involved in the Jeff Galloway program as a coach. And he's someone I'd be interested to hearing about his thoughts. What are your thoughts on run walk intervals for ultra?
So like you were going back to saying there about a 1-minute walk, I do like the 30-second walk, and kind of what I would do, say, if you were doing a 1 mile run with a 1-minute walk, you could do a half a mile run with a half a minute walk, and it's going to be the same thing in the long run as it would be.
Yeah.
The first part.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I told someone else, the same thing. Cause I had a coach that had me doing 3-minute runs, 1-minute walk. And I'm like, well, I could do that, but then I get tired faster. And then when I did that, I could just go down to a 90-30, and I'm still running the same amount of time and walking the same amount of time.
Yeah, I mean, there's really no right or wrong to it for me. It just all depends on the person, because what works for me might not work for you. So you really have to tinker around with it and find out what works for you for the best.
Well, considering what works for you, we have not even gotten there to who you are. Yeah. For anybody listening, it's like Joe's like, let's talk intervals.
Let's talk.
I get so excited about Jeffy. So tell us a little bit about yourself and who you are, where you're from, and your running background. How'd you get to where you're at, man?
So my name's Marc Burget. I'm from Jacksonville, Florida. I am originally from Williamsport, Pennsylvania. I lived there for 25 years, moved down to Atlanta for 10 years. And I've been in Jacksonville now for the last years. So really wasn't a runner. I went out and ran like 3 miles a day for the last after I graduated high school, just enough to stay in shape.
All right. So this is one of those things. Sorry, I just want to interrupt. That you were running regularly and you're like, no, I'm not a runner. So what was the moment that you said, I'm a runner? Are we going to get there?
I always had that goal to run a marathon.
Okay.
I just want one marathon, and the goal was to run it before I turned 40 years old. So creeping up on 40 years old when I turned 39, I was like, I got to get moving on this if I'm going to accomplish this. So signed up for the Disney Marathon. Just going to run one marathon and be done with it. And pretty much as it goes with most runners, you run that first one and you're just hooked onto it and going forward from there. I mean, I just couldn't stop.
That's amazing.
Man, so by 40, and then you had just run your first marathon.
Correct, yeah.
So then when was it between your first marathon and then when you found ultra?
I'd say it was within 2 years. I made a pretty quick jump. I think I ran 3 marathons and was anxious to, see how far I could go. I've always watched, ultra marathon, read books about it and just wondered if it was something I could ever do. Never thought I could do it. So 2 years after a marathon, then I decided to go ahead and let's give it a shot at a 50 mile and was pretty successful. My first race, won my first 50 miler. And just took off from there.
What was your time on your first 50 miler?
My first 50 miler, I think it was the Fort Clinch 50 miler up in Fernandina, and I believe it was I want to say it was 7 hours and 15 minutes.
Wow. That's fast.
So it's probably on Ultra sign up.
I'm going there. Joe, I was realizing Joe was not going to look it up.
Joe can't look it up.
I can't look it up because I don't have my phone.
It was 7:15 or 8:15. I can't remember exactly what it was.
That's still pretty amazing. That's faster than I've ever ran a 50 miler.
In 2014, 7:16.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so I was close.
Damn.
Yeah. I can't fathom running. And were you walking then too? Run walking, or were you straight running? Okay.
That was before I got into run walk. It was a straight one. I had no clue what I was doing out there running through the woods. And I think I ended up walking the last 3 miles of the race. I just burned myself out. I had flew out of fuel and it still ended 7:16 walking the last 3 miles of the race.
Unreal.
That's amazing.
So before running, did you do anything else athletic? Were you an athletic kid? Do anything in school or college or anything else?
I was mostly baseball and basketball going through high school. I pretty much stuck to those two sports. Those were always my favorite. Actually, I enjoy baseball more than I do running now.
It's funny.
But,
so we were talking to Jeff Iosa this weekend, and Jeff has this idea of an ultra that he would like to do is baseball themed, and he asked Mark if he could do the commentation for it. And apparently, Mark has quite a bit of baseball knowledge up there in that noggin of his.
Yeah,
So-
growing up, I was a bat boy for AA baseball team. So I was bat boy for Ken Griffey Jr. when he came through the minor leagues at 18 years old.
Oh, yeah, Batman.
Yeah.
Tell me, if you know anything about baseball, you have to tell me about the Savannah Bananas. Do you know anything about the Savannah Bananas?
I am not a fan of that.
Oh, man.
No, he's a fan of the sport.
The real,
He's
the real
not a
baseball. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I just like to make fun of it because it's great.
No, I love Savannah Bananas.
The guy's on stilts. He's so tall.
I want to go to Savannah Bananas so much. I've been to many an MLB game.
85,000 seats they're selling at some of these stadiums. It's amazing.
Yeah,
Yep.
it is.
Yep.
And it's
I've been to MLB games. I've not been into a Savannah Bananas game.
It's very silly. A silly mockery of the actual sport is
Yes.
what it is.
Yeah. So what?
That's what I am to ultra running.
What is-
I'm
what is
I'm a silly mockery of the sport.
So what is your team then? Who do you love to follow?
I'm following the Brewers. I like the Milwaukee Brewers. It's just one of those teams that not a lot of people like. I think they got the best logo in baseball. So yeah, I like the Brewers.
I like the idea of beer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know anything about baseball. That's not my area of expertise.
Living in Florida, you've got a couple pro baseball teams. So do you close by? Do you ever go see any other games?
Yeah, we've been to a couple. We've been down to see the Marlins and the Rays a couple times. So, but that's a pretty long drive. Over the years, I've done baseball games that I enjoy watching them once.
Where was it? I just seen a game that was really interesting. Oh, it was the Atlanta Braves were playing in the Bristol Motor Speedway.
Yeah. that
I've
was
been
pretty
there.
cool.
Yeah.
Yep.
So they turned the Bristol Motor Speedway into a baseball
Baseball
venue.
diamond.
Why?
Well, I mean, I guess for this event, I don't think it was like a normal
they
thing.
were trying to get the most attendance in one game, so I think they ended up getting 91,000 some 500 for one baseball game, which was the most baseball game ever attended.
It'd be really cool if they had NASCAR and baseball at the same time.
Yeah,
That'd be kind of cool.
Well, baseball was the American pastime, and it doesn't seem like it's as popular as like NFL these days. Like there's other sports that seem to take a lot more shine away from
Like ultra running.
Like ultra running, yeah. So it's interesting to see sport, how's it changed. And then like whenever I was a kid, I didn't know anyone that played soccer. It seems like everyone we talk to these days in running
soccer is the most popular sport in the world.
Yeah, well,
in the world.
It wasn't in the United States 40 years ago.
But we're a little behind the times.
Yeah. I just say you can see the change, in the sports. So I want to know, so how did you find out about the Jeffing? I mean, how did that come about for you?
So I'm actually friends with Chris Twiggs, who is I believe his title is the national director of Galloway. So I'm friends with him, and he just got me into Galloway. And
so you had a whole bunch of like
you got it from the source.
Yeah, I've seen a bunch of like Daytona wins and maybe the Keys on there, and I know that Twiggs always took some people to do the Jeffing out there at the races. Have you been with those groups doing those things?
Yes, yeah. I do a lot of pacing with those guys at those races.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't even know what it was until a friend of ours, Bill, introduced me to it.
Yeah,
a long time ago. Oh, I'm gonna say a long time ago.
Long time.
4 years
that's
ago.
That's long now.
Yeah, it is now, almost 5 years ago. And I don't think I'd be where I was at now if it wasn't for it.
Yeah.
So if you're doing like pacing with them, are you pacing marathons? Are you pacing halves?
Yeah, I pace the halves and the fulls. So I do all the Run Disney races. That's all. Run Disney races are my favorite.
Oh, okay. So, and you can do them for free because you're pacing?
Correct.
Yeah, that's it.
Nice.
My wife.
You saved $10,000.
Yeah, do you still get a medal though as a pacer?
Oh, you get everything.
I'm sorry.
You get a medal as a pacer?
Yep.
Oh, that's cool.
Yep. Medals and shirts and everything. So you get everything.
Okay, so what are your preferred pace groups that you do for the races?
I usually do a 145 for the half marathon and 320 to 330 for the full marathon.
That's faster than I've done either of those.
Like a walking pace for Mark, though.
Yeah, I know.
Is it really rewarding when you're getting people into that finish with their goal time?
It really is. We've had a lot of people PR. I paced a 4-hour marathon the one time, and we had a guy come up to us and said, "Hey, I'm kind of interested in doing run walk with you guys." And he's like, "But my fastest PR or my fastest marathon is 4:18." And I was like, "Well, we're doing a 4-hour." He's like, "Well, I don't think I can do that." We actually talked him into staying with our 4 hours.
Nice.
And PR'd by 25 minutes.
That's amazing.
On that marathon. And that was the first time he ever used run walk.
Oh, wow. That's crazy.
Yeah.
He'll never go away from that. He's probably still run walking to this day.
I did run walk for Space Coast last year.
Well, we're going to get to it. You also did run walk.
I did
on Saturday.
As well. Yeah, we'll get there though.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and what you see from this method of training is and racing, because it's not just training. You train that way, you race that way. It's all the time people think they're just going to run walk during their training, and then they're going to go run the race, and that's not the way it works. You do it for the entire race. But if you take someone that run walks and then they do that for a while, or they do just running continuously for a while without the walking breaks, the pace really isn't any different. It maybe even slower if they're continuously running, and then but you feel much more recovered at the end of your race. That's my experience with it. I feel better. Like the next day, I'm able to go out and do something. But if I ran continuously, I'd be trashed for a week.
Yeah. I mean, the recovery is amazing. The next day, I ran Galloway allowed me to race it 1 year at Disney.
Oh.
I raced a marathon run walk. I believe it was a 6-minute run, 15-second walk, and I ended up running a 2-hour and 50-second marathon.
Unreal.
Okay, so then you're running, and then you're walking. Was you just trying to slow down from running so fast?
Yeah.
Yes.
2 hours, 2-minute marathon is what I ran.
Yeah.
And then I was out. And the next day I was out running a recovery run, like normal.
That's awesome.
Well, the thing
Zero soreness whatsoever in my legs.
The thing about the Galloway training, if you actually follow the training method, and not just the run walk intervals, there's other things to it. Like he's got drills in there, like the accelerated glide, which, if you incorporate those things into your run walk strategy, what happens with like the accelerated glide is you're running faster, and then you drift. Basically, you use the forward momentum you have to slow down. So you're not expending as much energy because you're basically letting the momentum that you've developed bring you down to the walk.
Yeah, it's a slow integration into the walk.
And the more you practice that, the longer you can make that drift. And
that's one of the biggest things we get with people that are trying to switch over or thinking about doing the run walk is they're just like, I can't do the stop. But if you practice those accelerator goals, it's going to make it a lot easier.
Yeah,
I can see that.
Yeah, doing those accelerated glides really helped me, and I found that I could go a pretty good distance from that top speed down to the walk. Just and again, just using that forward momentum to get you there. You're not expending much energy to do that.
No.
Yeah, so you're actually just kind of almost like in recovery right there during that time too. So it's a great technique. I definitely advocate for it. And for what we do in ultra, most people are run walking anyhow. They, like if you're getting out 50 miles, I don't know too many people that can run 50 miles continuously without ever taking a walk break. And so why wait until you're so exhausted that you have to walk to plan your walk break when you can just get into it and know when you're going to walk, and then you never have to wait until you're exhausted, because then it's too late and you can't recover from it.
Exactly.
So you've done some amazing things though with this technique. The first time I heard Marc Burget's name was we were at TikTok 2 years ago. No, maybe last year.
Last year,
and we were doing. Me and Shae and Kevin, we were out there and we had a team. We were doing the
costume relay year.
Yeah, we're doing the relay. And that year you went out and you set a course record. I think you got 82 miles.
Yes. Yeah, I believe that's what it was.
That's a lot of miles. And
so for context, this is a 12-hour race that takes place around Lake Hollingsworth in Lakeland, and it is at the end of September, and it's usually pretty toasty.
Yeah.
Last year was pretty toasty. It did rain at some point.
Yeah, I think for a little while. Yeah.
Yeah. Otherwise, very toasty race, and that's 82 miles in those 12 hours.
Yeah, and someone mentioned that you were doing run walk, and I seen you out there, and you were run walking that event.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I did the whole run walk through that. The thing I liked about that, with a 82-mile race like that, I had planned out walk breaks per mile, and eventually around mile 60, I got tired, and I had planned B was, okay, 3 walk breaks was too much. I was having to run too fast. Let me get down to 2 walk breaks per mile. And another 15 miles past that, I had planned C, which was 1 walk break.
Oh, we're breaking up a little. See if you could pull the phone closer maybe to you and see if that helps a little bit.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Is that any better?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's what it was. So I'm sorry. So you timed it so you were doing how many walks?
So I started with 3 walk breaks per mile, and then after I got tired at around 60, couldn't hold that pace, I ended up changing it to 2 walk breaks. So it was plan B, 2 walk breaks per mile. And then near the end of the race, I had to go to plan C, which was 1 walk break per mile, just to hold on to that overall pace to get to the record.
So yeah, I mean, that's great. You can, and that's the thing, you can adjust as you're going. So you don't have to maintain that same interval. As you fatigue,
Correct.
You can change your strategy based off of the fatigue that you're having.
Exactly.
But I mean, shoot, that's like a 14, if you continued to run, that'd been like a 14-hour 100 miler. Is about
that would have been nice. I haven't got there yet.
Wow. What's your fastest 100 miler?
14:29 is my fastest 100. I think it's Daytona 100.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was a Daytona.
A Daytona.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Wow.
So you do a lot of, there's one like major exception that I'm going to have to ask you about because it's one of those crazy races that not a lot of people can do. But you do a lot of stuff in Florida. Mm-hmm. Like you really stay close to home all through the state too.
Yeah, I'm not a big traveler. I don't like to travel at all. So everything's in Florida for the most part.
And then the one very big exception was Spartathlon.
Yes, back in 2017.
Yeah. Talk about Spartathlon.
So that was pretty much, we had some friends that really helped us out with that, and did a trip with them and went over to Greece to run the Spartathlon. So it was a dream of mine to do that. That's probably the only big race that I'll ever do. And we had some help with that. Regina Suey and Bill Page, good friends of ours. Yeah. They really helped us out on that trip and got us over there. And we ended up running it with them.
That's amazing.
So you did your qualifier, because you do have to have that race is a pretty steep as far as qualifications go.
Yes.
It's
yeah, I think you have to be you have to be under 16 hours and 10 minutes for 100 miles, somewhere around there, to get an automatic entry. Anything over that, it's a lottery, I believe, up to a certain time.
Yeah, but that one you have to be fast. You're not. That's one of those
tons of elevation too on that one.
Yeah, that's got a lot of elevation. It's got a huge mountain. You got to climb at mile 100. It's 152, 154 mile race.
Wow.
Yeah.
Let's see.
That sounds hard. Just thinking about
it. Do you have
153 miles?
Wow. That's a big race.
Yes.
Do you have a favorite distance?
No, not really. Now I bounce back and forth between the marathon and ultras to kind of keep it fresh. And, I'll get tired of marathon after a while, switch to ultra, get tired of ultra, go back to marathon. So I bounce back and forth between those distances.
Go. So do you have a favorite race then?
Actually, favorite race now, probably after this year, was the Trident.
Okay.
Oh,
nice. Mikey B's race.
Yeah.
So that was the first time I'd done that race. And, it's kind of a backyard format, but it's not a last man standing. It had 24-hour time limit. So, but kind of getting back together with everybody at the start was really neat to do at the top of every hour.
So let's talk about the Trident course itself, because I hear it's mean. I haven't been out there yet.
Yeah,
a lot of sand.
That's at Corbett, right?
It's, I believe that's where it's at.
Yeah, I think it's where
Jupiter Ridge.
Jupiter Ridge, yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Anytime I hear Mikey B's name in a race involved, and I think of these miserable sandy things he puts on. So we'll have to find some more sandy spots here in Ocala.
No.
Well, and the sand down there, it's not just flat sand either, though. There's little
they're dunes.
Dunes.
Blown away
I think
dunes.
It was 300, around 280 feet or 300 feet of elevation per 3.2 mile loop. I think is what it was.
That's a lot of elevation for a Florida race. I mean,
so repeat that 24 times.
Ooh, so a couple thousand feet of elevation.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I wonder exactly how much it is. I'll have to go back in Strava and look at someone's Strava and see what it says.
You can math it.
What?
Look at someone's Strava and see what it says here.
Yeah, we can definitely do that.
Anyone else having this problem out of Garmin? Do you run with a Garmin? Or do you?
No, I actually run with Coros.
Oh, you guys! Yeah. We had this thing between us about Coros versus Garmin, and I'm starting to get aggravated with my Garmin.
You should switch to Coros.
Yeah.
Well, here
was Garmin, switched to Coros, and I'll never go back.
There you go.
One of the problems I'm having out of my Garmin is I'm going on these short runs, and it's showing me unrealistic amounts of elevation gained.
Oh, that's funny because I had way back when I first started running, I had a Sunto. And my Sunto did that. And I would go out for a run that I knew didn't have that much elevation gain. I'd go out for a run where I probably had 120 feet of elevation gain over 23 miles. And it's no, you had 1,000 or you had 1,200 feet of gain.
Yeah, that's what
it's basically adding a zero after it.
That's what I'm getting out of my Garmin these days. And it seems to be showing, I think, mostly on my trail runs.
Have you power cycled your watch?
No,
try turning it off and turn it back on.
Yeah, maybe we should just hit it with a hammer.
Or you could check to see if your satellites are up to date too, because I have to update my satellite on Coros every so often as well.
I'll take a look at it. It's almost time for a new one. Been running with
time for a new one.
Been running with this one for about 3 or 4 years, and these little things, they start getting a little. The battery starts draining. You charge and it doesn't last quite as long. And I got a 200-mile race coming up soon, and
Oh yeah, just get what we have.
Just get a
the
Coros.
Vertex.
You'll be fine.
Get the Vertex. You won't have to charge it.
It sounds like the way it's going, I'm gonna be out there for 5 days, just constantly charging my watch.
Honestly, yes. Yeah.
Hook it up to a battery pack.
And that's actually why I switched to Coros, was because my Garmin wouldn't make it through the 100-mile races. It would die before the end of 100 miles. So.
Yeah, you definitely know.
And that's saying something for somebody who can run like a 14-hour 100-miler.
Yeah. Yeah, my Coros lasts forever though. I can let it run, and
I do know some people that do have the Garmin Enduro that are like, I have one of the ones that works for a long time, but no, trust me, Coros is better.
Coros is better. Fight me.
Yeah. But now you're pretty well ingrained in the Jacksonville area community. I mean, we've had multiple people that we've interviewed on here that you've ran with. So, do you do a lot of group runs, or are you involved in the racing scene up in Jacksonville area too, specifically?
No, not really lately. I was involved with PRS Running Club here in Jacksonville for a while, but over the last couple of years just got so busy. And then, a lot of my races now are in South Florida. I'm always traveling. It seems like I'm always traveling to South Florida for my races now. So,
yeah, we saw you in Miami.
Yep. Yeah, for the 50-50.
Yep.
For the
Yeah, we probably got to the halfway point around the time you finished. So we were at McDonald's in South Beach when you were rolling back into the dojo.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were hustling in that race. So we push that each year. So me and my buddy Ramon Palomo, we run that every year together.
That's amazing.
It's a good race.
Yeah, so what's your train like up there where you live? I mean, what's your week-to-week training look like?
So my week-to-week training, a lot of people get a kick out of my training. It's pretty much spent on a 0.4 mile loop outside of my house. I'll run 90 miles a week, and probably 75 of it is on a 0.4 mile loop outside my house.
Wow. Holy cow.
I can't imagine. I talk about trail fatigue, running the same stuff over here in Santos, and how in the world could I get trail fatigue in comparison to that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've probably put 20 to 30,000 miles in the last 10 years on this 0.4 mile loop, literally.
Well, nobody's taking your local legend, that's for sure.
Now, so you're running the same route. Are you listening to something? How are you keeping your brain focused? Or is it just you like the monotony of it?
No, I break it up. So sometimes I'll go out with music. I have a wireless speaker that I'll put on my hip just to have some music. And then sometimes I'll just run without the music. So it just bounces back and forth. I like to change a little bit here and there. So it just changes each day, whatever I go out, how I feel.
So no books, no podcasts?
No, wow. Not really. I listen to all my podcasts on the truck when I'm delivering.
Nice.
Oh, delivering what are you delivering?
I work for Choose Fitness here in Jacksonville. So we have like 14 clubs here in Jacksonville. So we deliver to our clubs. We supply our clubs with protein drinks and supplements. Nice. And, so do all that for them.
Oh, cool. Oh, so you work in the fitness industry too then. That's pretty cool.
Yes. But I'm in the warehouse, so I'm not in the clubs at all. So
yeah, I mean, I haven't met your wife, but is she? I know she's involved in the fitness industry too. Somewhat.
No, she used to be a runner, and then she has some complications with breast cancer. So she's really not got into running since the breast cancer. So
okay. Well, I know she's helped me out a little bit with my company, so I've got combat racing events, and she's a marketing specialist and has a company, and she's helped me out a little bit with my stuff.
Nice.
So,
that's cool.
Yeah.
Yes. So she has her own marketing company, MacB Marketing, that she kind of gears towards small businesses to help small businesses out.
Yeah. It was really nice of her to help me out with the stuff that I needed. So it worked really good for me. So shout out.
Yeah. You've been doing a lot lately.
Trying to. Well, you got to kind of flood the internet with what you're doing if you're wanting people to come to your events when you haven't even had one yet.
That's true.
Well, I think one of the crazy things, we all had a very exciting weekend.
We did.
Out in St. Pete, Tampa, Clearwater area.
Yeah.
So I don't know who wants to take it away of what we all got to do this weekend.
Listen, so let me mention, I've been planning this for, maybe 6 months or further out been working a lot with Pacer Travel, helping them out with live stream, and Jeff Iosa owns that, and he's releasing a kind of a podcast live stream, every Thursday live. You can at 8 p.m. you can watch them and kind of check out what's going on in the race scene. They kind of commentate a little bit about the previous week's races and the races coming up, and they're doing a lot of cool stuff and kind of dipping their toes into live streaming. And Jeff Iosa is also very involved in the Pinellas Trail Challenge.
Yes.
It's maybe, the course is probably less than half a mile from his house, and the start finish is maybe about 2 miles away from where he lives. And so, he's lifelong resident of that area. So
it just makes sense for him to be a part of that community.
He's just really involved in the community. So we put together a live stream for the Pinellas Trail Challenge this year. And so that was kind of my involvement. I was out there crewing last year, and we had a fun time. We talked about your experience out there last year. If anyone wants to hear that one, that was fun to talk about Kevin's.
It was shitty.
Kevin's bathroom breaks
shit everywhere
along the trail, because there's limited bathroom stops.
No, I did not, because that disqualifies you. I found it very nice porta potty.
Actually, there were quite a few porta potties.
There were,
along the
actually.
way. I saw quite a few this time.
So this is my second year going out there. I would love to run it myself. So maybe next year I'll maybe see if I can take a break and go run it. And but anyway, so I heard that Mark was going to be coming to run this race this year too. And I was out at Jeff's house as all the fasties from this race were showing up to his place, and I talked to Mark, because Mark has the previous course record out there. And I'm like, dude, if you win this race, I'd love to get you on WTF to talk about it. So here we are, man.
Yeah, I went in with I wasn't expecting, so I always kind of put myself as an underdog.
What?
Yeah, I don't like to kind of, there's a lot of other faster runners out there, so I kind of put myself behind them and just gonna go out there and work as hard as I can to try to get the win.
Okay, well, I will say the last time you didn't come first in an ultra that you did was in 2022.
Yeah, it's been a while.
So, your humbleness is very much appreciated, because obviously it's great to be humble, but I just don't want to you to diminish your accomplishments, because you're very extremely accomplished.
Thank you.
So what made you decide to come back out to PTC this year?
It's been since 2020 since I was down there last time, and I usually sign up for the race every year hoping to get down there, and things popped up every year. So I told Jeff that I'm going to try to make it happen this year. So had some trouble with some crew, trying to get a crew put together, and then finally landed Marty Garner and Matt Clapper helped me out. So they crewed for me, and so I was able to make it to the race this year.
Very nice.
Yeah, that's a heck of a crew you got too. Also, those guys are both incredible crew people.
Those guys were fantastic. I couldn't have done it without those guys.
Yeah. I always enjoy watching Matt when he races. He is an intense fella.
He is an intense, and he's intense when he crews too.
I seen him at the what was the name of the race? I can't remember now.
When he was pacing?
No, it was the indoor ultra that we just had. We talked with Sean Simons about.
The Run Unlimited.
Yeah, and he come out and did that treadmill race and just signed up the day before, and he's just such a beast. He just gets in there, but towards the end of the thing, he ran himself to puking, and he
does it every time though.
Yeah, and but the thing is when you're out, let's say at Keys 100 running to puke, you stop, you puke, you go. You're on a treadmill, the treadmill is still turning when you're trying to take care of business. And so, here he is in the middle of his run, and I'm handing him trash bags while he's up on the treadmill.
Oh, no. Now I can feel I smell it. Yes. Yes.
I can taste it in the back of my throat.
You are an intense runner when you run to puke. And you
know what?
going.
I bet Mark doesn't run to puke.
Because he walks in between.
Yeah,
exactly. Have you ever puked on a run before?
I actually puked out there on the Pinellas Trail this weekend.
I think I saw it. Was it spaghetti?
No, that was the pasta that Jeff's wife made for us. The baked ziti, I think it was.
No, so but right around mile 20, I ended up throwing up. I just got so tired because I fueled on gels the whole way. So,
oh wow, okay.
It gets to a point when I just get tired of them, and even thinking about them, I start to get nauseous just thinking about them.
Oh man.
Yeah.
So I ended up throwing up around mile 20, and then was able to get myself settled down, able to get some more gels in. The rest of the race was fine. And then we picked up the pace at the end of the race and pretty much just ran across the finish line and ended up losing it again.
Yeah.
Oh, dang.
I saw you coming into the finish. You were a couple miles before the finish, and I was at mile like 29, I think. So,
Oh yeah, I remember that you came into when I was crewing, and you're like, "Oh man, he's flying! He's flying!
He's flying!"
Yeah, there was some great videos. So Marty was out there whenever you finished, and there was a few. He kind of panned around a little bit, so we didn't get all of it. I don't think we actually watched the projectile part of it, but we saw you dropped your
bit of privacy there, so I could take care of business.
We saw you drop to your hands and knees though once you crossed that finish, and we knew what was going on there.
And that's literally the first I've ever finished a race like that. I mean, I was just going so hard. I think my last mile finishing was a 6:15 mile for the final mile. And
Wow.
crossed the finish line, and that was it. It was gone. As soon as I stopped, it was gone.
But like you were saying, though, there was some great runners out there this year. I mean, we had some really good run times this year.
Yeah, we had about 5 guys that were trying to go under sub 6 hours. So, so I knew there was a lot of competition, and that's what makes the race fun, is knowing that not knowing, if you can win or not.
Yeah.
So I knew those guys coming out. I knew they were going to be some really good competition.
Now, because I was in the mid-back pack here, and you were up front, were you leading the race the whole time?
No. So I was Alex Rozier led the race for the first 15 to 20 miles, and I caught him around mile 15. I was in second to third to fourth place for the first 15 miles. We ran with a group of guys, and then finally brought Alex back in around mile 15, ran with him for about mile 15 to 20, and then I ended up gapping him a little bit and taking off from there.
Wow.
So I don't want to trigger you to get all queasy, but what are your gels of choosing? What flavors do you go for?
What has worked for me lately, I used to try goo, and those things are just so thick. So a buddy of mine turned me on to Never Second gels.
Okay.
And they're a fruit orange, and they're almost like a fruit smoothie. So they're really, really liquidy, like a real liquid. It's not thick texture, and they just seem to go down easy. But still,
good calories.
I think there's around 100 calories per pack. Yeah.
Nice.
Are they one of these that have a natural ingredient like Huma, for example, uses chia? But is it all
No, I don't think so. I didn't do a lot of research into them. I took it. It seemed to work well. Okay, I'll use this and see how this goes. So
you weren't that concerned about the science of the nutrition. You just want some nutrition.
No, I don't take a whole lot of the science down.
I know the I want to say it's the SIS gels.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to say the Morton gels. Those have the worst consistency.
Yeah.
They're so
No, I like the Morton bars though.
The Morton gels,
the chocolate bars,
are just that weird gelatiny. I can't even.
Triathletes love those though.
Yeah, I'm slow enough I can chomp down on a bar for a while I'm running.
Yeah.
It's not going to bother me to swallow a bar. I don't have to have a liquid gel to pour down my gullet.
I could see that.
Yeah, nutrition is definitely my weakness.
Wow. Okay, so it does look like this. Oh wait, maybe this isn't the Never Second. Oh yeah. Okay, so the Never Second.
Shae's got the website here.
I'm looking. I'm just seeing.
So you were from mile 1 to mile 15. You were second, third, fourth-ish place somewhere in there. And then you took over Alex at mile 15, 16-ish, somewhere in there.
Yeah, somewhere.
Right.
I think we ran together from about 16 to 20, and then about mile 20 is, I think, where I started to take off a little bit.
Okay. And where did your intervals, did they change at that point?
Nope, they stayed the same the whole time. So I was on going with a 30-second walk break per mile. So I didn't go by, the Galloway method will go by time, like 3-minute run, 30-second walk. So I was taking a 30-second walk at every 0.5 of each mile. So I'd run 0.5, 30-second walk. My pace would drop down to 7:35.
That's your walk?
No, my walk's a little bit slower than that.
Okay.
But my pace, I would run a 7:20.
Oh, I
pace.
see.
Yeah.
I see.
And then
Okay.
when I would walk, my pace would drop down to around 7:35, and then I would
Total,
continue
yeah.
on that pace
Yeah.
for the rest of the
So you just basically sprinted 46 miles.
So how do you know when you get to? I mean, like when you get to that half mile point and you need to walk, or 1 mile point. Do you set your watch to give you an alert at half a mile, or do you like
No.
time it, guesstimate it? I mean, are you constantly watching your watch?
I'm constantly watching my watch. Yeah,
Oh, wow.
I'm
And
a
that's
freak
it.
for numbers, so I
Oh.
like to watch my watch. Yeah, I'm
Okay.
So
watching my
you're
watch.
you're the mental calculator constantly going.
Exactly. Yeah.
Nice.
pretty
Yeah.
much.
Okay.
Yeah, well,
That works.
that helps distract your mind, I'm assuming too. So you're not thinking about everything else. You can concentrate on that and not worry about other things around. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah. We all have to have something to think about while we're running besides the running itself. Or
No, if I'm doing intervals, I'll just set it and forget it. Usually
Yeah.
on like my little beep beep.
yeah,
But I'm going to listen to a podcast. The other day, I was just like, all right, there's a fun, good Dr. Malpractice podcast I'm going to listen to. And that's what I listened to when I did my run.
So after I come back from PTC, I didn't get home until like 1:00 in the morning, and I had was planning to go out and do a 20-mile run Sunday morning. Me and Greg Lawson, and so we're training for the Across Florida 200. We wanted to get out, get some miles on the course together. And I normally do the run walk intervals, and I don't know, that day I was not feeling hearing the beeps. I just I do not want to hear these beeps today, and so I just turned it off. And we did quite a bit of run walking, but it was basic more walking than running. We'd walk. Let's jog for a little bit, and then we'd walk, and we mostly walked the whole thing. But
Yeah.
I don't know, for whatever reason, I just was not feeling the sound of the beeps. I was like, sometimes it can become mentally fatiguing constantly hearing that beep going in your head. I don't know if that's the same for other people.
Or if you're going up a hill, you're like, you don't know my life.
Yeah.
You don't tell me to run right now.
So I don't know if that's ever been an issue for you where there can be a little mental fatigue with that might be for me the hardest part of run walk. Sometimes I do get a little fatigue with the constant thinking about going back and forth to running and walking.
No, I'm just used to the whole process, and it doesn't have to be an exact science, like I was running a half mile, walking for 30 seconds. It doesn't have to be, it might have been 0.6, or
Yeah,
0.55. It doesn't have to be exactly on that half mile. As long as it's 30 seconds per mile, I'm happy with that.
Nice.
Yeah.
So how'd your hydration go? Did you have a vest, or were you carrying handhelds, or how did you handle your hydration?
I was carrying one bottle with me, and I had my crew set up to where they were going to see me every 5 miles. So I saw them 8 times throughout. I carried a 20-ounce bottle.
Wow.
Went through that. Just water. I kept that way I can spray it on me or drink it.
Yep.
And then they would have Gatorade. I had Gatorade with a supplement in it for a little bit extra calories and some carbs that I would take at every 5 miles.
Oh, okay.
So your electrolyte management was Gatorade?
And salt tabs. So I took salt tabs every half hour.
I'll say you may be the only ultra marathon runner I know that exclusively lives on Gatorade. If so,
Yeah, there's not a lot of ultra runners that like Gatorade.
I like Gator Light. That's what I used.
Yeah.
So
You
old school Gatorade.
get the bottles.
Because old school Gatorade's not as fancy as it used. It used, it's now just like the bog standard, like, Gatorade.
Well, it's the original electrolyte
Children
drink,
like
right?
those,
But now it's almost
That's what you see it all. Like you see them a lot more now.
yeah.
Like, well,
I like
guess
Gatorade.
Joe- yeah.
Okay.
Well, there's so many electrolyte options out there too. I mean, there's
Yeah,
so many
there is.
things.
That is true.
To, whether you want tablets or a powder or a pre-made liquid.
But I think a lot of
and
people
lots of different brands.
That's exactly it. They're like, well, there's all these other fancy brands. Why am I gonna go to the Gatorade? But you're on a long run and you go to a convenience store, they're gonna have Gatorade.
Well, that's the convenience of it.
Yeah.
Like, especially if you're out like on a training run and you just run around town like we do, then you can stop into any Wawa and pick up a Gatorade.
That's right.
You're not finding tailwind at
no. So you were at we're at mile 20. You passed Alex here. You're hydrating, you're fueling. Let's talk about you coming into, let's say, mile 36 when you're hitting the turnaround. Like, obviously there's 16 miles there, but how did you feel going in through that section?
I felt strong the whole first 36 miles. I was feeling really good. I'm sitting there waiting for my body to start falling apart, and everything was feeling good. So got to the turnaround, took a little bit extra time there.
Did you have a beer? Is that what you're saying?
No beer. So I've actually never had alcohol in my life. So
wow. Okay.
Years old and never had a drop of alcohol in my life.
I'll drink all of the ones you haven't drank.
You're welcome to it. So at the turnaround, we took a little bit extra time just to get some water on me, cool down. He dumped some water down me, took some Coca-Cola. I was craving some Coca-Cola at the time. So, and then started at the turnaround. I start to measure, where's second place at on the way back.
Of course.
So got to about half a mile away from the turnaround on the way back, and that's when Vince Carter, who was in second place at the time, I think it was 0.52. So I knew, okay, he's got a half mile out, half mile back. So that's a mile. I had at least a mile gap on him. So I was like, okay, that's about a 7 to 8 minute lead that I got, and just kept on pushing it. Felt good the next 10 miles. And started to pick up the pace a little bit because you have no clue how he's feeling. He looked good to me, so I was going to start to push as hard as I could what I had in the tank to try to gap him a little bit more.
So when did you notice, or did you even notice before you got to the finish, that you were on pace to set a new record for yourself?
I pretty much knew before the turnaround.
He knew when he woke up that morning.
No, I went into the race and I had told a couple of people that I went in the race. All I wanted to do was win the race. I was hoping to win the race. I wasn't worried about a course record. But like I said, I was feeling good the whole race. I knew the course record pace was a 7:50 average mile. So I have a setting on my watch that gives me my average pace throughout the whole run. Mm-hmm. And then I also have a average per mile. So I was looking at the average run. I was at 7:35. So I was like, I got a good shot to go way under a course record.
Yeah.
Wow.
And so then when you come in, you actually did beat the course record by like about 10 minutes.
Yeah. I think it was 11 minutes and 40 seconds or something like that. I think I beat it by.
Yeah. They haven't posted it on Ultra Sign Up yet, but he made a Facebook post on it. And I can't remember what the time was. Do you remember what your time was total?
It was 5 hours, 48 minutes and 15 seconds, I believe it was. I think that's what it was.
And you were beating your 2020 record of 5:59.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Unreal.
Well, congratulations on a great race, man. That's freaking awesome.
Appreciate it. It was a lot of fun.
I mean, the day was great. Like the heat wasn't unbearable. There was a couple of sections
until it got to.
Well, you already finished by then. You already finished before it got hot.
By the first.
Yeah, we had about 3 hours.
About 3 hours.
Cover, I think.
Yeah.
So, I just had to last 3 hours through the sun.
Yep.
And I actually like the heat a lot.
Yeah, me too.
So I think I fared pretty well in the heat.
Yeah, I was going to say your Ultra Sign Up kind of shows that.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Not a lot of cooler races.
Not a lot of cooler. I mean, Daytona is maybe your coldest race.
And that still gets to be 85, 90 degrees out there sometimes in December.
It's wild.
Yeah.
Well, my experience at PTC was a little different than your experience was.
What was your experience?
What time did you finish at?
I finished at 10:37. So that's an almost an hour PR for me
from last year.
So I was pretty happy with that. I'm gonna get on my little soapbox now and talk about myself, which I hate doing, but I've obviously worked really, really hard this last month doing all of this ridiculous speed work. Thank you, Brian. He's just had me doing all of these crazy runs to try to get me to perform a little bit better and perform faster. So I feel like a lot of the hard work has paid off, and that showed in some of my, my results that I'd done. But Shae came out and crewed me, which I'm very appreciative of.
I had a very fun time, so I will tell you the fun crew shenanigans. I missed him at the first crew stop. So I was not going to see him until the 8 mile crew stop. He'd have enough water in his vest. He'd had enough food. And I was like, okay, that's fine. So that means I'll go back to the hotel. I'll shower, make one last quick Walmart stop, and then meet him. And I got stuck in the parking garage. This seems like something like absolutely ridiculous.
But the parking garage was, tell him the story about the parking garage, because it's a very funny story.
So I'm going to leave this parking garage. I've got my little ticket. You use your ticket when you go into the level itself, not the parking garage as a whole. So I go into, go to leave. I stick my little ticket in and I go to put my card in, but somebody's credit card is already fully stuck in there. So I'm like trying to wrestle this thing out. It's already been like completely gnarled by other people trying to take it out. So I was like, okay, let me go ahead and I call the number, because there's a number. If there's problems, call this number. And I'm calling and I'm calling, and it's just going to some random guy's voicemail. And I'm like, this is
hey, this is Steve. Leave a message.
Leave a message. It was basically that. Yeah, genuinely. And so then I'm just waiting. I'm like, oh my God, what am I going to do? So call, waiting. Like, okay, well, I know I can't go. Huh?
Did you call again?
I called so many times.
Hey, this is Steve. Leave a message. Beep.
And then I was like, okay, well, I'll go up to the next floor. If I can go up to the next floor, then maybe I can go down because their card reader won't be jammed. So I go to the 4th floor and I try to enter, and I got my ticket out and I try to enter my ticket, and it says ticket can't be used here. So I'm like, what the heck? So now I can't get onto this other level. And so I try and call again. And he's finally like, yeah, you need to go up to like the 7th level and then enter through there and then exit that way. So I spent about 25 minutes in a parking garage.
Just trying to get out of it.
Just trying to get out.
You know, when we were down there last year, we had a problem with it.
This was
with
actually the other parking garage.
Yeah, I mean, but it was
the same thing. It was a problem with the parking.
Yeah, problem with the parking garage.
Yeah.
Couldn't get out because Shae paid for parking.
Yeah,
I think it was Shae paid for parking, and I didn't have her credit card with me. And you apparently have to have that card with you when you exit to get back out.
Yeah, you can't use somebody else's card.
Yeah.
You had to use your own card.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So I was stuck there for a second trying to get out too. Stupid parking garages.
So I'm blowing through aid station mile 8.
Yeah, because I'm like seeing him. I'm like, oh crap, I'm not making it. I'm like, he calls me.
I'm like, yeah, I'm going to keep going because I'm just going to blow through, because I was thinking Shae was on the other side. Like, I'm not turning around and going back, but I was almost out of water. I had like no food left. And I'm like, Shae, ring, 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 ring. And I'm like running. I'm like, hey, where are you? Funny story. I'm not going to make it.
I'm trying. I'm getting there. And so then I'm driving and trying to see places where the trail intersects various points of the road. So I'm like, oh, okay, so I'll go here. So then I go there. And then by the time his map refreshes, he's already passed there again. I'm like, God. So I'm like turning around, driving down the road, turning. And
at one point, like I see her, I hear this car coming down this dirt road. It sounded like that. Coming down this dirt road. And I hear, no, I didn't hear that. But Shae was yelling at me, like, Kevin. And I'm like, I look back and she's like hanging out the driver's side window, like hollering at me, driving down this dirt road that goes parallel to the trail.
And it was at this time that Uncle Jesse realized the Dukes were going to...
I was like, holy cow, what is happening? We just laughed at that for a good second.
I seen her at the mile 13 aid station there at the, was it Seminole Lake?
Yep.
Seminole Lake Park or something like that. And yeah, she was finally starting to get herself worked down a little bit.
Yeah,
but she pulled in there. She's like, Joe, you got to hear this story.
and I almost missed you there too.
That's so funny.
Because not only that, so it had something on so I don't like the way they have those aid stations that are just a list.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They don't work. It's not good. Needs a map.
Yeah.
Because I put in the address that they had listed on there, and it took me to a random warehouse 20 minutes away from where that park was.
Yeah. So
yeah, that address pulled up. That's why I almost missed you there too.
Oh.
She said someone should make a Google map of this. I'm like, I got one. I'm like, I got one of those. I'll send it to you.
That's so funny.
So she got one there. But yeah, Nicole K had made it last year.
Yeah, she did.
Luke Vidal's fiance, and
so did really good this year too.
Luke Vidal did fantastic, but the dude always does well. Yeah,
so well.
Amazing how good he does, and he was sporting that Pacer travel shirt.
Yep.
So Jeff bought a bunch of really nice Pacer travel shirts. I forgot the brand, but it was a really nice brand race shirt, and they had an extra large. I tried that thing on, but I was squeezing into that thing.
Was it like a fat man in a little coat?
It was probably a Rabbit brand.
Yeah, I felt
Their clothes run
I felt like a sausage in the casing. So I was like, you got to get a bigger one. But yeah, Luke ran in that shirt. It's like, this is a nice shirt. I'm going to run in it, and it looked good. He's out there representing Pacer Travel with it.
So yeah, I was at mile 8. I didn't see Shae.
Didn't see me.
Mile 13, I did see Shae.
Mm-hmm.
And then, I think I kind of had a problem with nutrition on this run.
You think? Kind of.
Yeah.
I would say that is an accurate thing to say.
What was your problem with nutrition? You didn't have none?
Well,
He had a lot. He had all of the options in the world. You want cookies, you want cakes, you want chips, you want a burger, you want fries.
Yeah. It was
Croissants.
I was fine until I wasn't.
So you didn't want to take nutrition?
Yeah, so I was just tired of eating.
Yeah.
You got tired of eating really
early. Like, I don't want to eat anything.
Well, when you run these things in 5 hours, you can do it in gels. But when you're out there for 12 hours, you got to have a full-blown meal.
Well, no, I bet you, Mark. Did you do, when you did Spartathlon, when you did TikTok, what were you eating then?
I was eating solid foods too.
Yeah, okay.
I was bouncing back and forth between gels and solid foods.
So what's your solid food go-tos?
Mashed potatoes.
Okay.
I get those cups of
Those are so good.
mashed potatoes, and I just crave those during a long race like that. And
I do
they work
too.
really well for me.
They are good.
Yeah, I do too. I like to mix ramen noodles in with it and just have some ramen mashed potatoes. It's so good. I love it. So anyways, I was mile 8. I ran, not run walking, but I ran all the way to mile 16. And I kind of had some, I would say, a hefty goal in mind for me, just because I'm coming back from surgery earlier in the year, January. I was off January, February, March, April, really, from running. So I really wanted to kind of see what I could do for me a little bit. And that's what I took the opportunity to do this race the way that I did it. So I ran the first 16 miles and didn't stop. I had basically, the only time I had stopped was aid stops. And then after mile 16, I switched from a 10-1. So I would run for 10 minutes. I would walk for a minute. And I did that from mile 16 to mile 33. Now, there were some times where if it was like a bridge or something like that, I would walk the ups. Or if I just was starting to get gassed, I might do a 15, 20 second walk at 5 minutes, So I was doing that for a while. Coming to mile 20, I think it was, wherever that McDonald's was. Where's the McDonald's? Is that mile 18? I want to say that's mile 18. I was ready to quit at mile 18.
Yeah, it's pretty close.
I was ready to quit at mile 18. I was like, this looks like a really nice spot to stop. It's shady here. It's comfortable.
That is 18.9.
There was a McDonald's there. I could have gotten breakfast. And Shae says no. And then she said, Craig's only a mile ahead of you. She said that all day.
All day. Craig was basically like 1 mile ahead of him.
Yeah.
And then especially at the brewery.
Yes.
And then you spent a little more. I accidentally conned you into spending more time at the brewery.
I did drink a beer at the brewery.
So we went from worried about PRing to drinking a beer.
No, I was still
well within PR territory, even drinking a beer. So
that was his reward for getting there.
It was. And so at one point Shae was like, "Hey, Craig's a mile ahead of you. He's going to see you at the brewery," is what I assumed. Well, I thought.
What Craig said to me is he wanted to quit, and his plan was maybe I'll just go to the brewery and just get totally shit-faced and wait for Kevin. Like, that was the comment he made to me, but I think once he realized, 10 miles to go, he was just going to keep on going.
Yeah, I get that. So I get up and I'm running towards the brewery, and I'm in Tarpon, and it's where it splits the road. Like it goes right down the middle of the road.
Yeah.
And I see Craig coming back. So, he might be a quarter mile.
It's about the same place Mark's seen his person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So I saw a lot of the front run. all the front runners, and everybody, all my friends and stuff finishing, which was great, but for me, I was in a good spot where I needed to be because I was sub 8 hours coming into mile 36.
Yeah.
So, I hung out at mile 36 for probably about 15 minutes, drinking a beer and just hanging out, eating food. I did get a croissant there, and I angrily ate a croissant.
He ate a croissant at me.
Angrily.
Like, when you're crewing somebody and you're like, yes, this person is eating this. They're doing good. They're eating this for me.
They're spiting you when they're doing it.
He ate it at me.
I did.
He
I
would
was
take this croissant and
I would stare at her and
glare.
I'd start chewing. Yeah. You like that? You like the way I eat my croissant?
Take that.
Take that.
It was he was very difficult to get to eat.
I don't know.
He's like, I just ate. I'm like, you just ate 3 miles.
I have noticed that when he gets stressed into a long run, he does quickly become a non-compliant toddler.
Yeah, but I was okay. I was still running.
That's true.
He was still running.
So from
still moving. He just could have been be a little
I
more
could have been a little bit more.
nutrition.
Yeah, I could have done. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Like you didn't want any of those good fries.
No, I didn't want any fries. I did eat a burger though.
Yeah.
I ate a whole ass burger, a quarter pounder with cheese. I wanted a cheeseburger.
That's a cheeseburger.
No.
Is it? Oh.
No, a cheeseburger is this. A quarter pounder and cheese is like this.
Those
like
are different. They're different burgers.
That's a whole
You're
meal.
telling me.
Yes,
They are
that's
different
a
burgers.
Like a
Why are they?
quarter pounder is like that's a whole meal.
It's a quarter pound of meat.
Like that's huge.
Well, then what is the cheeseburger? Then it's like an
cheeseburger
eighth of a
much
eighth of a
smaller.
pound.
Much
but it's
smaller.
less calories, and I didn't need to eat 600 calories worth of cheeseburger.
cheeseburger.
I've never ordered a burger from McDonald's. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
you just say cheeseburger,
Yeah.
not
But
quarter pounder with cheese.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's what Susan turned us on to. Is
Yeah,
the,
just regular old cheeseburger. But anyway, so from mile 33 to the finish, I switched to a 7-1 interval. So I ran 7 minutes, walked a minute, and that seemed to work pretty well.
so basically, you were running what about 3/4 of a mile.
Yeah, about 3/4 of a mile, and then walking a little bit, and then running some more. You know, and there were times too where I was starting to get gassed towards the end, but
Oh, they do look different.
Shae's never looking up
see,
cheeseburgers.
that's a regular cheeseburger, just
Yeah.
a basic ass cheeseburger.
Oh,
Yeah.
Just
yeah, they do look very different in these pictures.
yeah. Wait,
Yes.
so one's got a sesame seed bun, one does not, and they're much larger in diameter and size.
Yeah, they look much different in person.
Well,
too.
I've never ordered a.
What's your thoughts on McDonald's cheeseburgers?
It works well for me. I've eaten McDonald's many times during a race. McDonald's and fries.
Yeah.
Had a good Coke too, which was nice.
Nice crispy
Nice
Diet
ice
Coke.
Diet Coke. It was good.
Yeah, I love them. When you had a good race,
I did, yeah.
you
So
end up having a really good race.
I did. At the end, I feel like I pushed pretty hard. You know, at the last 3 miles, I think I really kind of kicked it up a notch for me, I guess, comparatively speaking. In that distance of a race, I feel like I ran faster than what Strava says.
You came at the finish hot. I
did,
You
yeah.
ran
Oh,
to the
there were
finish
people.
line.
Yeah.
So he was picking off people.
I
It
was.
was
Yeah.
very impressive for
Yeah.
because there were all these people, you know,
For the last 10 miles.
when you're seeing them during the day, you know, you do the thing where you see this person's crew, you see this person's, and like, oh, that's their runner. And so you get used to seeing this nice little pod.
Yeah.
This nice little pod of people that you see at your crewing every aid station. And basically his entire pod, he passed by
them.
the end.
Yeah.
Even the people that were in front of him that were
People
getting
that
there,
were like paced with
because I
them.
would see somebody come in and I'm like, oh, okay, that person's there. Kevin's going to be here any second.
Well, that shows that your coach did give you the right training then.
He did, yeah, very much so. As much as I hate it and I bitch and complain about it, I feel like it actually worked.
So, Mark, we was talking about how Kevin also likes warm races. It's because he hates the cold.
Yeah, I can't stand being cold.
And at the end of this race, we had the sponsor out there with the cold plunges.
Yeah, I only did that for Tyler, by the way. I know you're going to listen to this, but that you were the only reason why I did that.
So our friend Tyler Smith, who runs with us often and has done a great job in ultra in the last 2 years. He has a thing at home where he likes to do just hit that little red button there.
Got it.
Yeah,
Uh-oh.
well,
I got
whatever.
it. It's fine.
Look at this. This is what happens when you go to a phone.
Okay.
It's fine.
So Tyler likes to cold plunge and likes to video it and share it with us. And he wasn't able to be there this week. He's had some family emergency issues happen, and he just wasn't able to train and be able to be at the race. So,
Yep.
so in solidarity to
Tyler.
Tyler's and his cold plunge.
That's right, because Tyler Durden said so.
To tell us about your cold plunge.
Man, it was the worst. I'll never do it again. It was so cold. I mean, I wasn't in there for very long, but it was rough. It was not a fun time.
I've done it one time and I'll never do it again.
Yeah, never again. Never again.
Well, at Packet Pickup, they had the really fancy. Oh,
You know why? Because Tyler Durden said so.
That's right.
oh,
I don't know if we'll be able to.
Fight Club.
oh.
I will share this video as well.
There is a step there.
Yeah, I almost died because it's very deep.
Whoa.
Yeah,
And then it's deep.
that's what she said.
Boy, that a boy. Nope, this is it.
Yep, I was done. I was ready to get
Nope,
out.
this is it.
Nope, that's all I got.
Your feet in there or legs?
But you don't need long in those things to help to get the restorative recovery that it allows.
Yeah, it was rough. It was a rough time.
Yeah, I mean, just a few seconds in there, and it'll help.
Shocked my body into not wanting to move.
Yeah, I did not do it. I talked about like
that was a cow.
Did you have a cow message on your phone, Joe?
So I get we're on the phone because we had some technology issues coming in, and so we're using my phone, and I get phone calls all day long from this guy named Scam Likely.
Oh yeah, okay.
All day long, and so Scam Likely also leaves me voice messages, and which my phone translates into text messages.
I see.
So when I get a text, I have a moo, you're a cow. Yeah, moo. So anyway, that's what you guys are hearing, and it's going to do it again because every time I get a text, it does it twice.
Okay, well, I'm ready for the moo. We'll jump on that moo train.
I hope the moo actually comes through.
Yeah. So one of the sponsors for this
Otherwise,
race,
we just seem like we're crazy talking about hearing moos randomly.
We'll add a cow in.
they have the fanciest ones that they have a studio where they just do this stuff, the ice plunges.
Yeah. I think they just set them on a dial. They just changed the temperature with the dial.
Ugh.
Yeah, they were really fancy. I wanted to do it, and they offered to let me do it, but I didn't have no shorts with me to get in with.
You could have done it naked.
I don't think they would have liked that. There was children running around too.
So did you do yours there at that place, or did you do it like at the finish line, your cold plunge?
What? I didn't do it at all.
He's done it once before.
I've done a cold plunge. Yeah, this was years ago, and I can't do it. So I wish I could. The benefits I heard are amazing, but
no.
It's just painful.
Yeah, it's not fun.
It's like, yes, a lot of people have it to where like cold hurts so much more. Like holding a couple ice cubes is so physically painful. I can't imagine laying in ice cubes.
Yeah, it's not great. I only did it for Tyler. That's it. That's the only reason why.
Well, we missed having Tyler.
We
there.
did. Yeah. One of these days, I'm actually going to run an event that Tyler's there. We've missed each other all year long.
Yeah.
So, Mark, tell us what's in your future, man. You got any big plans?
So Disney Marathon. I'm actually going to go back and race that this year in January 2026.
Oh,
nice.
So I'm going to train 18 weeks real hard in an 18-week training block and see how fast we can run a marathon.
Do you use a coach or do you coach yourself?
I'm going through Galloway coaching. They're helping me out, so I'm going to represent them at the Disney Marathon and run for them.
Very nice.
If I wanted to be Galloway coached, how does that work?
Jeff calls you on Tuesday.
Out. They have some contacts on their website. You could reach out and check into information on that. One of the people they had for Daytona was the closest one to me is Juan Rivera. I know Juan Rivera very well. He's still listed on their website, or was like a year ago. Juan's not teaching run walking.
Maybe he was at one time.
He might. I think he was involved in the program at one time. But yeah, I mean, they got they have their local areas. I'm like, maybe I need to get involved in the program so we can bring it to Ocala. I think Tampa is probably the biggest area where they have coverage for that right now, at least close to us. I don't think anyone.
Yeah, it's usually the bigger cities. I believe they have it. Yeah.
Interesting.
So do they assign you a coach, or is it all app based, or how does that work?
Chris Twiggs is coaching, so I'm going to go through Chris.
Okay, so Chris is personally coaching you then.
Correct. Yes.
Okay, that makes sense.
That's amazing. I mean, you killed PTC. You really did.
Now, would you want to share your goal with us, or is that just holding it close until it gets closer?
Well, my PR in the marathon is 2:35, but that was back in 2015. So I ran 2 years ago. I ran a 2:42 with the Galloway. So I'd like to go under 2:40 for this time with the Galloway method.
Wow.
Heck yeah.
Well, can't wait to see you accomplish that, because that's massive.
So you really do just jump back between marathon and ultra.
Yeah, and then I'll be after Disney Marathon, I'll be jumping back in. We have the Donna 110, 110 mile race up here,
which you've won before also.
Yeah, and it's a real fun format. It's 84 miles on Saturday, and then whenever you finish, you have time to rest up before the marathon the next day.
So did you run it the year Charlie won it, or did you?
No, I did not. So I got hurt. I got hurt a couple years before that. Bad nutrition throughout the 84 miles and the next day in the marathon. I popped something in my foot. So kind of went away from that format for a while. And then I came back last year to run it. I actually was lucky enough to win it. So going forward, I guess we're going to be doing it for a while now.
Yeah. So with Donna, when you did it before, what were you doing your 84 miles in, and how much time did you have to rest before the actual marathon started?
So I've done it about 4 or 5 times. So I have run the 84 miles. I set the course record. I think it was 14 hours and 40 minutes for the 110 miles. So I ran like an 11 hours and 40 minutes on the first day for 84 miles. And then 3-hour marathon on the second day.
That's wow.
Dang.
That's crazy.
So you had like actual time to rest and recover. Recover
so
as much as you
I finished
can.
at like 9 o'clock or 9:30. So this year I did take it a little bit easier. I was like, I just want to take care of my body on the first day. So I believe I ran 14 hours and 20 minutes on the first day. And then I was able to come back the second day with a 2-hour and 58-minute marathon on the second day.
Do you think it was harder or more beneficial to have that break between the 80 and the marathon? Or if you would have went 100, did the whole thing at one time?
I think it was more beneficial because running 84 miles, there's no way I could finish out 26 miles after 84 right away with a sub 3-hour marathon.
That's true.
Yeah.
Where I was able to do that. I had probably an 8 to 10 hour rest, I believe it was. So, and I had a therapist, one of my close friends, Andrew Ganown, who works for Cora Physical Therapy.
Gotcha.
He was there to work on me.
When you said therapist, I was going to ask if he just told you were crazy, but not the right kind of therapist.
How did that make you feel?
So no, he's my physical therapist. I've actually got him into ultra running, so he's going to start making his ultra running.
There you go.
Oh, good. Then he'll actually really be able to get it even more of like, oh, now I understand.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So
That's amazing.
So then what about like your big bucket list races? Like what are the big ones that you just really could see yourself going and doing?
I don't have any. Nope. Just sticking here in Florida. I think we're going to do the, the Space Pirate 100 in February then.
Nice.
Just after the Dawn. I think it's 2 weeks after Dawn. I'm hoping to do that. We'll be back for Trident next year. I believe we're coming back for Pinellas Challenge next year. And then maybe Miami 100.
There you go. You get the Miami 50-50 again, or?
We'll see if we can do that. Yeah, I'm hoping to
That's
do
such
that
a fun
again,
one.
So.
That was very fun.
Trying to push my partner, Ramon, into doing that again.
Yeah.
Does he not like it as much as you do, or?
He's had it 3 years. He's like, we're done. And every year mid race, I was like, we're coming back and doing it again. So
Nice.
And somehow you keep talking him into it.
Yep.
Well, it was
great.
a fantastic race weekend. Everyone got some good miles in, and I had fun on my little training run yesterday with Greg, and it was just a good weekend for everyone. And we had a fantastic holiday weekend. So I just had a good time PTC, and it's always a fun run. And we said this last year, and I'll say it again. This race is the best free race out there. It is a gift from runners to runners. Nowhere. I mean, we had 2 runners, friends of mine, Andrew and Layla from the UK, that ran in it this year. And Andrew ran out there with you in the front for a while. And, this is a race that you could really go and pay $100-$200 somewhere else to do it. You get it for free here,
Yeah.
It's really amazing that people come out and do that for us.
Well, it's the volunteers and the people, because they see people coming in. Like, it was at which park?
33.
Yeah, the
Mile
33 mile 39
Walls Park, I think.
Yes, yeah, that park. They had a lady that was farther down the trail to communicating with somebody actually at the aid station. So they'd be like, okay, this runner number coming in needs some Gatorade and needs this and this. And so then they'd have it ready by the time the runner got there.
Yeah, they did a fantastic job. Yeah. I mean, the group of people that's down there is just amazing. Makes it such a special race.
Yeah, I mean, just the volunteer, and there's volunteers out there that are not even runners that just show up and help support us, and it's just amazing to.
Joe, you get so many notifications on your phone.
It's constant. I turned off the notifications of about 1,000
You could try
apps.
Turning them off.
I have.
I was gonna say, do
I don't
you
have
need to
that
put it
problem
on
on Android.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Android doesn't have this problem. Actually, that might be a problem, that I have no notifications turned off.
I turned off all the notifications except for the messages, but I'm a popular guy. I get lots of phone calls and lots of
We just got some business things.
Yeah, that one I need to turn off. That was the one for my tracking my mileage on my
says
vehicle.
Somebody subscribed to your OnlyFans.
Yeah. Well, that's all again business.
They just
okay.
they just gave you tip from head to toe.
Tip from head to stopping at the calves.
Well, I can't wait to see you again. It was actually nice to finally meet you in person because we've had a lot of mutual friends. You show up on my Facebook feed all the time, like, this is a guy you might know. I'm like, I don't actually know him yet, but I do now. So it was really nice to finally to get to put a face with the name, Mark.
Yes, most definitely. I enjoyed it.
Ooh, hey, we had a question because while we were driving, I'm going to interrupt you. I'm going to stop this real quick. The Rays Stadium, where are the Rays playing right now? Because you will probably actually know this.
They're playing at the Yankees spring training.
Yeah.
They are. Okay. All right. I was like, that must be where they're playing because like Tropicana Field looks horrible.
Yeah. That's
Okay.
They should just bulldoze it and start over.
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of what they were talking about. They didn't know whether to take time to repair the roof when they need a new building anyhow.
Yeah.
So they were talking about maybe relocating the team. So while they do construction of the new arena, or whether to spend money to bring this one back up so they can still go build a new arena.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a mess because it's going to cost about $55 million to fix the roof. So do they want to spend that? Do they want to spend that for 3 years when they're going to build a new stadium? But they decided to go ahead and move forward with it. So
Wow.
Yep.
It's just money. You can't take it with you.
Yeah.
I mean, it's $55 million, guys. I mean, come on.
Coins are around so they can come back to you.
That's true.
Yeah.
I've never heard. Is that like an actual thing, or did you just make it up?
Someone used to tell me that when I was a kid.
The coins around. Well, unfortunately, we're gonna have like no coins. It's gonna be all digital, so it will not come back to you.
It will not come back.
Somebody will like dig into your wrist and take out your little money thing.
Oh my.
Oh yeah.
You guys never
bleed
That's
money.
an RFID?
Yeah.
RFID
like,
device?
That's very
a movie
Orwellian
about
of you.
There was an episode of Sliders. I don't know if you guys ever watched
I
Sliders.
ate sliders.
watched Sliders.
Sci-fi?
Delicious.
Well,
It's great.
okay. Anyway, they were in like one of the universes and they paid with the little chip in their arm.
Dude.
Yeah.
Huh.
Very Orwellian.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
All
Mark, thank you for coming on. We appreciate your time.
thank you for having me. I enjoyed it.
All right. So make sure you guys check us out on the Facebooks, the Instagram, our website, www.where'sthefinishpodcast.com.
And we will be releasing the winner of our giveaway next week.
Next week.
So we're going to be doing that next week. So
for
make
the
sure
long haul giveaway.
That's right. Like, share, comment,
And if,
tag your friends.
just in case, be training for 100-mile every day anyway. So just in case you win it, you are ready to.
You are ready to go.
There you go.
Let's go.
The way I had my wife sitting on standby here in case I had any problems. So
It was us.
because I don't know anything about it.
All right.
Ruffling of paper.
Shae, you're going to have to
Meaning
lean,
I'm
you have
ready.
to lean in.
I'm going to lean
So
in.
you can
I can
see.
see everybody.
Yeah, all
Nice.
good.
Oh, cool.
I don't need to be seen.
You just need to be
Be
heard.
heard.
Doesn't need to be heard. Exactly. It's just the opposite of children.
Like I said, so we don't use the video